Folks, brace yourselves. We're about to dive into a story that will make your blood boil. Green Day, once the voice of the anti-establishment youth, has just crossed a line that has everyone talking. So picture this, a plastic Trump head held up like a trophy at a concert. But here's the kicker. It's not just about one band's stunt. This goes deeper, exposing a rot in our entertainment industry that's been festering for years. So stay tuned, because our final thought is a wake-up call you cannot afford to miss. Now, before we dive into this rock and roll controversy, let's talk about another kind of heat, the one that's burning up your wallet. Just like Green Day's stunt is causing temperatures to rise, so are your AC bills, but here is a cool solution. This magical little device is slashing AC bills faster than a punk rocker smashes guitars. It's a mini AC unit that'll make any room icy cold in minutes. So don't let greedy power companies win. Visit EasySummerCool.com for up to 60% off today. That's EasySummerCool.com. Click the link in the description for a 60-day risk-free guarantee and fast USA shipping. All right, let's get into it. Green Day, the band that once railed against the system, just showed us they're now part of the problem. At a recent concert in Washington, D.C., the frontman, Billie Joe Armstrong, he pulled a stunt that's got everybody talking, and not in a good way. So take a look at this, folks. That is Armstrong holding up a plastic Trump head with the word idiot scrawled across it. Now, I don't care what your politics are. This kind of imagery is just plain wrong. We're talking about a representation of violence against a former president, barely weeks after a real assassination attempt. It's not art, it's not edgy, it is dangerous. But here's where it gets really rich. Remember when Green Day was the voice of the anti-war crowd during the Bush years? Well, now they're taking aim at the one recent president who didn't start any new wars. The irony would be funny if it wasn't so sad. And it's not just us saying this. Even Elon Musk, the ex-owner himself, he called them out on New Year's Day. Yes, he nailed it right there. You see, Green Day isn't raging against the machine anymore. They are raging for it. They even changed their lyrics to attack the MAGA movement. It's like they've forgotten who they used to be. Now, some might say this is just a prop. What's the big deal? Well, let me show you something else. This image is making the rounds on social media, and the reaction has been one of pure disgust, and rightly so. We're living in times where political violence is a real threat, not some rock and roll fantasy, but Green Day isn't the only band crossing this line. Remember what happened when Tenacious D was in Australia? Jack Black had to issue this groveling apology after his bandmate made a tasteless joke about the Trump assassination attempt. They had to cancel their entire tour. You think other bands would learn from this, but apparently not. Now, here's the thing. This is not about left or right. It's about basic decency and respect for our democratic process. When celebrities start normalizing images of violence against political figures, it's a slippery slope. Today, it's a plastic head. Tomorrow, well, I don't want to think about it. But if July 13th is any indicator, then you know. So let's be clear, this is not about free speech. No one is saying Green Day can't express their views, but there's a world of difference between political commentary and what looks like a call to violence. In a country as divided as ours, we need voices that bring us together, not tear us apart. And what's really sad is seeing a band that once stood for something meaningful reduced to cheap shock tactics. It's like watching your rebellious teenage self turn into the very thing you used to hate. Green Day used to be about challenging authority, and now they're just parroting establishment talking points. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. So here's the bottom line, folks. What Green Day did isn't just offensive, it's dangerous. They've gone from raging against the machine to being its mouthpiece. It's a betrayal of everything they once stood for. But more than that, it's a warning sign. When our cultural icons start normalizing violence, even in jest, we are in trouble. So it's time to call out the hypocrisy, to demand better from our artists and our entertainers. We need voices that unite, not divide, because if we don't stand up now, who knows where this road leads? It's time to bring back real rebellion, the kind that challenges all power, not just the sides you don't like.